Well, guys, thanks for joining. I think it's working. Says the stream health is good. There's the picture finally. And what I decided was, um, everybody knows that I was building a Bearcat, but that's not going to be my next year's stunt plane. So I got to thinking, why am I, wasting some time or whatever on building that when I'm not going to fly it in PA Stunt? And I'd like to have two airplanes, two new airplanes for next year. I have the one that just needs to be painted and finished, already done, and that's the Mother Tucker. There we go. But I'm going to need another one. So I got to looking through my wood and my parts and pieces and things, and decided that I would build another airplane. Now, while I was at the contest last weekend, TJ had the Continental out there that I built for Jerry, and I really like the looks of that airplane. Now, the Continental XL that I sold to Tim Redmond is a duplicate of that airplane, the Monado, but it doesn't look quite right. It looks more like a Thunderbolt, but that airplane there. The wing is different, and I figured the wing that I'm using in my latest airplanes, the Geo XL wing, or the Geo Bolt wing, is much more to the shape of the original Continental and the Monado. So I'm gonna do another one of those tribute airplanes, and because I gotta have a red, white, and blue airplane. I just gotta have one. So anyway, what I did was I went through some of my stock and decided, well, let's see what we got. We have wood that would make it, and I do have enough wood to make one. I got plenty of wood here, but is there wood enough to make it light? Is the audio okay? Can you guys hear me? Type in the chat box and let me know, because they've changed YouTube around and I just don't know. So I did do this off camera. I cut the trailing edges, 2 trailing edges, and 4 spars. I use the 3/16 spars, which is plenty. These are super straight, super light contest wood. And I dug out, I got this piece. This is for the shear webs, so we'll use that for shear webbing. I dug out what I figure is enough wood to build that wing. So we got 2, 4, 6 sheets of 16th for the rib. Hey, great, Tim. 6 sheets for the ribs, and I have this is for the trailing edges. We'll add one more just for the heck of it. So this is all the wood that's going to go into the wing. So let's see what it weighs and see if it's a valid. Len Burrell. Hey, Len. Let's see if it's a valid sample. This should be under 6 ounces. This will make a complete wing. .85 ounces. And take that out. Now it says 5.9, but it's still under 6 ounces. So I've got a Traxler bell crank I'm going to use in this one. It's a little bit heavy. It's probably about an ounce. Not quite an ounce. It's a half ounce. That's good. That means I don't really need to cut all this stuff away and weaken it up. It's a carbon fiber bell crank, very nicely made. What happened to the Bearcat? I already explained it. I'm changing direction. I'm going to build another PA airplane. So we're going to use the, we'll get back to the Bearcat later on when I have another. I don't want to waste my good wood on something that I'm going to fly next year, because I doubt that I would fly the Bearcat. Just too big. So I got this bell crank here. It weighs a half ounce. Get the horns. Here's the elevator horn. That weighs 0.6. I'm just getting an idea what it's going to weigh, and we're going to start cutting wood. Well, what was that? Huh. Phone must have made some kind of noise. No clue. Something made a diddle-diddle-diddle noise. Yeah, a lot of work. I'll be working on the Bearcat in the future, a little at a time. I don't know what that noise was. Something. Something's probably hiding around here. I have no clue. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's start cutting some wood. We'll put this in with this. This is my control system for this airplane. Now I have some other lumber here. It's not quite as light. These are 9 grams. These are 5-pound wood. That's a 7, so we'll keep the 7 out just in case. Is that it? No, that's a 9. These are 9 grams. These 3/32 are 17 grams, so it's just at 5 pound. But the other wood is 13, 14, and 15. These are the last pieces of decent wood that I have left. The other wood I have is in the 20s. And I called National Balsa and wanted to get some, a premium shipment. Hey, Mike. Miguel. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat. Super chats always help. I called National Balsa and I said I would like, 20 pieces of 3/32 by 3 by 36. And how much do you think that was to hand select? If he had it, if he had 4 to 5 pound wood, that wood would be $7.60 a sheet. Ain't no way. So these might be the last wood airplanes that I build. It's something else, Len. something a little more swoopy, a little more 50s style. But it's going to use the Junar numbers. So let's get to making something instead of gabbing. So the first thing you're going to need when you make these wings is a bunch of spacers. So we're going to cut up. I didn't catch what you're making. I am making my own design again because they go so much faster and I know what I want. So we're going to use, let's use some of the heavy stuff here. These are the 19s. Have any 20s? That's a 15. No, can't use that. Okay, so this is a 19. These are the lightest, or the heaviest ones I have. I don't have any 20s. I thought I did. Got some more 17s there. We'll use the 19s as spacers. You're going to need spacers. You needed lots of them. Suppose I could cut them with the stripper. Yep, let's cut them with the stripper. It'll be a whole lot easier. Last time I'm going to answer this question. I have changed course on the Bearcat. I'll be building it later. It's like 4 times people have asked me. I want to get something done for next year. Now these are scrap, and you're wondering, that's some pretty expensive scrap that you're cutting. Yeah, it is, but it's the way it goes. Okay. Now this wood here, we can use it. I mean, I could use it for cap strips in some spots, but we don't know yet. We don't know how much we're going to need. So we'll just start cutting these up into about 1 inch long is plenty. Now this will go fast. If I was honking it, I bet I could build this wing in an evening. But I don't have the stamina I used to have. I'm hoping you guys get something out of these building videos. So I'll be building this airplane a little different. I'll be building 2 things at once, fuselage and the wing all at the same time. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out the leading edge sheeting for molding. after I get these cut here. Okay. We need a container for those. Nothing like Tupperware. Okay, got them. Now they won't fall out of there. Rubbermaid, whatever. Now I have some foam core elevator stabilizers here, but this was the heavy stuff, so I might end up going over to John's and cutting some 3/4 pound foam for elevators because I don't have any good wood. You cannot beat a solid wood elevator stabilizer or flaps if you have good wood. If you don't have good wood, you got kind of a problem. So, let's see what we got here. This is right, top right. So there we go. We need to move this wood off of here so we can mock up some skins. But this is basically my whole airplane kit right here, less the fuselage. Of course, I already have the plug made up. This is how I lay out the fuselages. I've taken a rib and cut it out of 1/4 inch balsa wood and then sheeted it with my sheeting all the way around. So this represents the same exact size as the wing at that particular station. So that's for perfect fit wing alignment. And you just line the center line up on your center line of your layout of the fuselage, and draw around it and cut it out, and it's perfect. So, now, dressmaker's tape, what happened to it? There it is. You know what, I'm going to mark these bucks so I don't have to keep measuring them. Every time that I build this wing, which is quite a bit, I have to measure this over and over and over again. So this side is 6.5. Let's use this 6.5. And this side is 10. Yep. It's actually 9 3/4, but 10 will work fine. So 6.5 and 10. Okay. I don't need these right now. I don't need that. I need that. I'll need the pen. Now when doing wing skins, you want to grab your stock. You want to kind of look at your options. Now 16th inch sheeting bends a lot easier than 3/32, but it doesn't matter when you wet it. I have a steam box too. I have a steam generator. I just never made the box. So that's not real. This is a 16-gram piece. This is probably the most pliable. So, and is the grain straight? Not really. Kind of runs off. So this is a 19-gram or 17-gram piece, but the grain is straight. So we're going to use that piece for the center section. This has cancer, so I don't know. Let's see if we got some other stuff over here. Yeah, these are 17 too. Here's some more with cancer. I don't really like that. I mean, oh, it is nice though. This is A grain wood. I think we'll go ahead and use that, even though it's got the dark spots. But boy, it's gonna bend easy. That's a good piece too. 17 grams. This is 17. Okay, I selected the wrong ones. These are the two center pieces right here. So we'll set these aside. We'll just do each one separate. How I normally do it is like I was showing you, I kind of bend them to see which ones, they're straight grain. If you look right down it, nice and straight grain, and they're pretty flexible without even wetting them. So that's what we want to do. If you look, it's cupped already, kind of got a cup to it. So I just eyeball the center, which is fine because we don't care about that. And we'll eyeball the center there. We're going to make a center line, and that's where you're going to line up your center of your buck. People say, you can't do that. Well, I do it all the time. Okay. The first thing I want to do on these is trim the edges, because you got to have a nice straight edge to glue to. Nice sharp X-Acto knife. This is a meter stainless steel ruler instead of a yardstick, because so basically that's cut any of the edges that were wavy or whatever. That's made them straight. Shoot, it moved. Have to make another cut. Okay. Emilio, buenos noches, buenos tardes, whatever time it is there. Okay, this was the center section that I decided on. So you don't want to use this to mate up. So we're going to draw a center line on this one and set it aside so we know that's the center for the inboard side. It's too bad. It's really too bad that kids don't like to do this anymore. Okay, that's for the and it's not exactly perfect, but it doesn't matter. That's the center line anyway. That's our reference mark. Okay, so we're going to take the lightest piece. We need 6.5. See if I can find my small ruler. Six and a half, and I have 3 3/4 here. So I got to do a little math. Yeah, I'll just get the phone and do it. Okay. Calculator. 6.5 minus 3.75 equals 2.75. Divide that by 2 equals 2 inches. That ain't right. 2.75 divided by 2 equals 1.375. Okay, 1 3/8 for each one. Is that going to be enough? I think we'll just make them, we need 10 inches on this end, and we got 2, 8, be 12. So let's do it this way. That has a wormhole in it. That's a 16, so this is the outboard side. We don't want to use that one. That's a 17. That's a good one. So we need to do this, to cut this. How hard can this be? Okay. We need 5 inches on that end. Let's just tape it together. need 5 inches on the big end. I think it's going to work out perfect. Where I'm going to save some wood. That's a meter stick. That's the only thing I hate about using the meter stick. Every time I try to measure with it, it screws me up. But for you guys in Europe, no problem. No, we're not going to get away with that. 5 inches. And this has to be clear. 6.75 divided by 2. 3 3/8. 3 3/8 here. Let's see. Well, maybe. Nope. 3 3/8. You're gonna burn some wood. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3/8. Ain't gonna make it. So we're gonna have some scrap. I was hoping that I could just take this and turn it over to the other side, but that ain't gonna make it. It's just too big. So I'm gonna have to burn up another sheet of wood. That's the way it goes. That's the center. I'm sure we'll use it somewhere. That's a 16, this is a 17, so we want to use the 17s over here. But see this, if you look at the grain on this, the grain is kind of running crook-sided. You don't want to use this really if you can get away with it. I mean, obviously, you kind of have to. Okay, so we got 17 there that's clear. We need to true that edge up. You know, actually, I'm overdoing it here. 10. If I'd have thought about it, I could have probably done it a little different. 3 3/8. It's got to go here. 3. Yeah, we didn't. We only burnt like a 1/8 of an inch. 3, 1, 1, 2, 3/8. Nope, a quarter. So no big deal. 1/4 inch, we can live with it. At least I don't have to do any goofy stuff like trying to figure things out with them stupid bulkheads. Sheesh. a good. It's a good one. Now I could just mold this out without cutting this off and just cut it on the buck, but to me it's a little easier to do it on the table. "37 minutes flies when you're having fun." Oh, where's that at now? Oh, shit. Hello. What? Yeah? What is it? Well, okay, well, that ain't me. Okay. Okay, open it up. Let me shut the mic off here. Hey guys, I'm going to have to take a break here for a second, so I'm just going to shut the mic off. Just hold on, and I'll be right with you. Let's see here. Sorry about that, guys. I always get a call while I'm doing something. It never fails. Okay. So, let's throw this trash out here. Okay. Make sure to hit that like button. Hell, if you don't like me, it still helps if you hit the button. Okay, 3 3/8 on this end and 5 on the other end. This is the problem with trying to work in a little spot like this. I don't have any room. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Five inches. Yeah, I don't remember nobody. What's going on here? Measure from the wrong line. 3 and 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Yeah, I remember him now. Okay. Yay, we got one skin cut. 45 minutes to cut one skin, but I do a lot of talking, which is not really necessary. Okay, so we'll set this aside with this one. Now they're of different lengths, so set this aside. So we want to use our center section that we already had picked out. We might could use that. I don't know. I doubt it. But, see, what happens is it's just the oddball size where you can't cut one sheet and get two, a right and a left. It's just a little bit too tapered. But that's how it goes. Okay, our center piece is right here. Let's get this side here. And this line, even if you had it on crooked, it doesn't matter because that's the reference line that you're running from. So let's set this up here. I leave about 1/4 inch hanging over each end. You don't want to throw these pieces away because you're going to use them somewhere in the build as, you know, sheeting or braces or whatever. So now we got to cut two more straights. It looks like it's going to take us an hour just to get the skins cut. And I haven't eaten dinner yet, so what's going to happen is I'll get the skins cut, eat dinner, and I'll probably glue them together off camera and sit them soaking in the tub and get them wrapped up. Unless you guys want to see me wrap them, I mean, it's no big deal. Remember, you want to use your best wood. Now this has good grain on this end, but it gets kind of ratty on this side. So let's see if it's long enough to cover that whole piece. Which it is. Don't forget to trim the edge though, because you'll have a heck of a time gluing it together if you don't trim the edge. So I still got to get back over to John's and work on my profile. So we got like 3 projects going now. 4 projects. The painting of the Dr. Pepper airplane. And that won't happen until either I go back to St. Louis or John's basement opens up. Which it might get painted in St. Louis. Work has slowed down so bad I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. So I might be building airplanes again for people. Okay, so we got 5 on this end. And 3 3/8 on this end. 3 and 1, 2, 3/8. You ask a kid where the 3/8 inch mark is on the ruler and they go, huh? It ain't like it used to be, that's for sure. See, if it was right, I could just take this and flip it over and put it on the other side, but it's just not quite big enough, which is a bummer. It's a waste of wood. So we're going to use this, nah, I don't like the wood. I mean, it's a light piece, it's 16 grams, but there's another 16. See, the grain is funky, it runs off, and if you put this wood that doesn't have nice straight grain on your leading edge, it is sure to warp when you dope it. So we're going to use this piece here. It's It's a gram heavier, but we'll give it up for the straight grain. So we gotta true that one side up. I guess we'll also cut the trailing edges while we're here doing this. We got 8 minutes or whatever for the hour. Like, subscribe, and share the videos. Super Chats help. Become a member. I'm going to start posting some more members only content. Okay, so that's that. That's terrible. What happened there? No good. Or is it this side? Try this side. Okay. All right. I guess that'll pull together okay. Let's tape it up. That makes the wing a little lighter because we're going to lose some wood here. So we'll get a weight on what we got so far, just a guess. And yes, I do weigh everything that many times all the way through the build process. Because if you're starting to pick up weight, it's best to know now, and you got to figure something out. You got to start losing weight somehow. Three 3/8. Incorrect. 3 3/8. About time the air conditioner come back on. Okay, 5 on this end. Yeah, building like this is, scratch building like this is so much nicer than trying to copy somebody else's stuff for plans. Okay, so now we got wing skins. Let's cut 4 trailing edges. Okay, now here you want the straightest stout grain you have, so that it doesn't go screwball. See, this grain here kind of goes off to the side. This is kind of flimsy. Let's see what we got over here. We gotta have some more of that. Bud. There we go. That's 9. That's a 17. That's a good piece. Okay, we got a piece here. So I only make my trailing edges 3/4. And I'm going to cap this one with 3/16 instead of quarters. So it's going to be less than an inch. The trailing edge will be less than an inch. And you say, well, that's not very much. Well, that's all you need. You don't need 1.5" trailing edge. My cap strips are only 3/16. Most guys make them a 1/4 inch. So you figure I'm leaving off, by making them 3/16, I'm leaving all the cap strips off of one panel. So that's how you build light. You're gonna have to leave stuff off. So by making the trailing edge 3/4 instead of an inch wide, I'm leaving one piece of wood off the wing, if that makes sense. Because 4 times 1/4 is an inch, so you're leaving one panel off. Let's true up the edge. More secrets for you guys. Sticks. Four 3/4. You think, well, that ain't very much. Well, that's plenty. You'll notice on my tagline, finish starts with the first piece of wood cut. Try to be accurate while you're doing this stuff. Make all the cuts nice and straight, and that way when you glue stuff together, you don't have a big old globule glue everywhere. Now, if you'll notice, because I chose that piece of wood correctly, it stayed straight when I cut it. Otherwise, if the grain would have been going crazy, the trailing edge would be crazy. I'm just going to mark it with this. I don't need to measure again, as long as you use the same one over and over again. If you use the next one down for the next mark, it'll grow. It'll keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's a compound of errors. I do this on the cutoff saw at work too. I just measure it once and then make all the duplicates the same length from the same original piece. Now, if one of these, when I relieve it, if one of these bows, you need to cut a new one. You don't want to put a bowed piece on your airplane. That's a good one. I'll mark another one. And it could very well bow as it gets closer to the outer edge, because this wood, it's a living product, and the ligna is always moving, especially when the temperature changes. The ligna is the natural glue in the wood that holds the fibers together. So basically what you're doing when you soak it is you're relieving the ligna from the fiber. Ah, shoot, cut crazy here. We can only hope that it's, I'll just make that as the cutoff end. See, the knife went nuts on me. I'm hoping that I cut most of that out of there. Let's see. That's inboard. We'll do this on the inboard bottom, so hopefully kinda. Yeah. Damn. I'll just cut a new one. Oh man. So we have this piece for cap strips left over. You know what? That one didn't cut worth a crap anyway. So this is the bad one. I need to make another straight line on this. So we gotta cut 2 more. That's the second line out. I'm going to turn this around so that the ruler stays up on the biggest part, and hopefully we can get a clean cut. Second line out, there you go. God, it's hard there. Okay, so we use that as cap strip. That'll be cap strip. So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3. Need 1 more. For some reason, they're not all the same size. I don't like that. Have to crew those up. That's a good one. What the heck is going on here? Got a big one for some reason. That's a good one. Close enough. Ended up getting a little big on this one. Be nice if I had my table saw, I'd just rip them. Try again. Still heavy. Damn. Okay, let's try this. Never done this before, but we'll try it. See what happens. That's better. Yay! Okay. Those are within reason. Now we need one more. That's a potato chip. That's no good. That'll have to do. So, straighten this up. Okay, and we'll strip it out with this. Should have done it with this in the beginning, because this is perfect. Okay, we got trailing edges now. A little lump right there for some reason. I think that'll get cut off. Let's cut some more. I'm so excited. Let's cut some more. Cut 4 of them. that. Okay, I got extras to choose from. Now we'll get the ones that are exactly the same. Of course, this wood won't go to waste. It'll get cut in up in the 3/16 wide cap strips, the extras, so it doesn't much matter. Okay, those are the 4 I just cut, and they're perfect. Okay, so we'll use those 4. I like perfect. Perfect is good. We'll keep these for cap strips. Let's see what we got for weight on the wing so far. And then I'm going to call it a night, I guess. These are the ones I'm going to use. These go over here. All right. Okay, so we whittled that 6.5 ounce wing down to, I might as well cut those trailing edge pieces too to length. 1/4 inch longer. Yeah, we'll leave them. Well, our wing is 2.25 ounces. And let's see here, where does the rib material go? .25. These are the cap strips. So we're it'll take all this wood here. Yeah. We're still at 6.5 ounces. So you can look for this wing to weigh about 5 ounces all put together, because you're going to cut away a lot of this wood. I mean, I could really get it down there, but no, we're not that big a deal yet. We'll do it tomorrow night. Of course, tomorrow's Rusty's night, but I think I will probably build anyway. Okay, we got the sheeting here. Sheeting and trailing edges. That's a trailing edge. That's a trailing edge. That's a spar. Where are my spars? Spar. It must be over here. Come on, I had them all cut. There we go. These are spars. We got how many here? There we are. Three ounces for that, and then whatever the ribs weigh. So this won't all get used, that won't get used. So I figured 2, 3, about 6 sheets for ribs. 4.75 ounces. That's what the wing should weigh. Under 5 ounces complete. I see guys that on the forum that are putting together wings. I got it down to 11 ounces. Holy moly. So to build an airplane sub 60, the wing complete, flaps, horns, bell crank, total wing should be 10 ounces. Tops. 11 ounces covered. And we might have some problem with that weight on this airplane because I don't have the 3/8 wood that I used to be able to get. I could get 4-pound 3/8 wood, but we're having a problem with wood right now. I'm still in a debate whether to build this airplane no pipe, but with a PA-75 on this muffler, or a Super Tiger 60, because I sure like the way the 60s run. But everybody thinks you got to have a PA. I don't know. So I'll probably build it for the PA because I'm not doing anything with my PAs. I have that high roller. I built the nose too long and the tail too long. Flies good, but doesn't fly like I like to fly. I like to have a good sharp snap turn, and those airplanes fly a nice smooth pattern. It's just too damn long. You know, the 10.5-inch nose and a 17-inch tail. So this will have 9 3/4. If I go with a PA-75, it'll go 9 3/4 to 10-inch nose with a 16-inch tail, and a 3/4 setback so that the engines move back and the center of gravity's farther aft, so we can get that nice turn that I like. Whether that does it or not, your guess is as good as mine, because all the pi times radius square, r times z, baffle plate, and all that other nonsense means absolutely nothing till you put it together and fly it, because it all changes. Okay guys, that does it for this evening. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the videos. I appreciate the super chats and the paid members. And hey, till I see you tomorrow night, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.